Okay, now it's time to create our new class called session, which will be basically handling all session variables and so on. So, new file inside of the classes called session.php. Inside of this file, opening PHP tag, class session, opening curly brace and closing right at the end. Then we're going to create the first public static function so that we have access to this function whenever you want without instantiating the class itself, which will be called setItem. As you may remember, we've been calling this method already. We will be passing ID, and we will also be passing quantity, which will default to 1. Now, session basket with the index of the ID and quantity, and we will assign the quantity to it. So basically, we're creating a session called basket with the ID of the specific product and its quantity. So that's all inside of the setItem method. Next method will be called public static again function remove item, and we will be passing ID as well and quantity, which by default will equal to null. So we don't have to basically pass the second parameter. Same as here, because obviously by default it's going to be 1. Okay, so if quantity doesn't equal null and quantity is less than our session basket ID quantity, which has been created earlier. If we're removing an item, we obviously know that this item has been created earlier. Then we want to session basket. We basically want to deduct quantity from the current quantity in the basket. So our current quantity, and actually let's copy this rather than typing the whole thing again, equals again quantity minus the quantity passed to this specific function method. Okay, then semicolon right at the end, if, then else. If it's null, then obviously just pass the ID, in which case what we want to do, if we paste the entire thing without the quantity and we set this to null, which will basically set the entire basket together with the ID of the product to null, and then we want to unset this specific session as well. In other words, we want to remove it. Okay, so that's these two methods. So we can close this session file and we can move to the next video.